Welcome back, everybody. I am Marilee Burnett, your tarot reader and astrologer, here with your messages for the week of May 8th of 2023. We are after the big eclipses, and of course just had the full moon lunar eclipse happen on the 5th. And we will, for these next 2 weeks, be feeling the effects of that eclipse. So if you think, oh, that wasn't bad and nothing happened, give it time. We're actually in for some very interesting shifts that are coming up that I'll get into more next week. But let's take a look at this week ahead. Biggest things going on this week are the fact that we will have the Sun speaking with Uranus at 18 degrees in the sign of Taurus. This can bring some really surprising, shocking elements to your day. There could be a shock to the financial markets. Could be in a good way or not so good way. Something that will get your attention for sure. So wherever you have the Sun meeting up with the planet of surprise and innovation and inventions in your chart, be prepared to see a little bit of an unexpected change there. The other big event this week is the fact that we have Venus entering into the sign of Cancer. So love becomes less analytical and more about our heart and our feelings. As it enters, it's going to speak in harmony with both the North Node and the South Node. Now, this can bring people back from the past. It could be people from your past life. It could be people from a few years ago. And it could just be bringing you new people to experience love lessons with. It's also about finances. Might have something to do with family and finances since Venus is in the sign of Cancer. And just always remember that the nodes are about lessons and growth opportunities. So if somebody does happen to come back from your past, it is always a good idea to approach it with caution and determine over time whether this is a continuing lesson that you've been going through with this person, or if there's truly a new opportunity because you are meeting under different circumstances. No matter what, there's definitely some fated love and relationship opportunities that you will see happening this week. All right, let's take a look at what each sign will be experiencing this week as well. So if you've been following me, you know I'm drawing one card for each sign for the week and then sharing a message. As a reminder too, if you want some help crafting those new moon wishes that will be coming up in the sign of Taurus, on this Saturday, I will have my next Sip and Stars event. So this is where we are joining together, small group, to give me time to actually read each of your charts if we have enough time. And most importantly, to really dig deep into the process of manifesting with the new moon. So if you're interested in that, you can join and come back every single month as a member, or you can try it out one time, see if it is something that is meant for you. But I'm really hopeful that we can create this fun, small, interactive community that we can learn and grow. And I give you a pretty in-depth astrology lesson about the sign that new moon is happening in. So I hope to see some of you there. The link is down below here. And while you're down there taking a look at that link, don't forget to like my channel and to subscribe and make comments on these videos. It's the only way I make a difference on the YouTube channel. All right, so let's jump right in and take a look at what we have coming up for Aries. The Nine of Air is the traditional Nine of Swords. And whenever we see this card, it is a reminder that we're spending far too much time focused on what isn't going well in our lives versus what is. And when we get stuck in this spiral of negativity, all we can do is keep attracting in more negativity, and that certainly isn't something that helps us. Later on this week, I'm going to have a hypnosis session for creating a positive mindset. So your assignment this week, Aries, is to spend some time listening and adjusting your thinking and your thoughts, and going through that hypnosis session is definitely going to help. Now, the good thing about seeing the 9 is that that means that you are coming to an end of this kind of thought process, and you can welcome in more positivity going forward. But pay attention to your thoughts this week, because there is going to be a tendency to focus on the negative, and that will not serve you. So don't stay stuck there. All right, Taurus, we have for you this week. Wow, apparently we are in our heads a lot this week, because for the Taurus, we now have the 8 of Swords. So very similar to the 9 of Swords, except that with the 8, you have the power, which the number 8 speaks to free yourself. So in some way, you're feeling as if you are trapped, but you are not. And that is something that you have created for yourself, and it is not something that you are having to be stuck with. So this is a time for you to realize that all you have to do is step right around this little fence of swords that you've created for yourself and choose something differently. And the same advice goes. I would highly recommend that you go and listen to my upcoming video. Wow, I always love giggling to myself, but also we as a collective are very much in our heads this week. As we move on over to the sign of Gemini, and here we have the Queen of Air, or the Queen of Swords, which makes perfect sense for you Gemini, since you are an air sign, and swords, of course, are associated with air. This can have you interacting with someone of feminine nature who has important information to share with you. And if you're seeking counsel, you really do want this woman that is going to provide for you a less emotional approach to whatever situation you're dealing with. Doesn't mean she doesn't care or doesn't have feelings, but she really helps you analyze whatever this situation or whatever this question is that you have, in order for you to come to a good decision. The number 1 is associated with all the court cards. So whatever you're trying to make up your mind about, it's going to welcome in a new beginning for you. So these are new ideas that really help you take the next step on something or some area in your life. All right, Cancer. We get a little break from our sword energy, and we welcome in the 8 of Fire, which is also the 8 of Wands. Something in your life is changing rather dramatically and swiftly whenever we see the 8 of Fire. This is you potentially traveling somewhere, but whatever it is that you're experiencing, that 8 again, so we're seeing the 8 again a second time, you have the strength You have the leadership skills. You have infinite possibilities with whatever's being presented to you this week. Maybe this is that surprise that happens between the Sun and Uranus that suddenly sends you off into a new direction. Wherever it's going, you want to go with the energy, not fight it, not try to work against it, because what's heading forward for you is what's meant for you. So be sure to pick up and go where you're being guided. Especially with Venus going to be in your sign. All right, Leo. This is an energy you are very comfortable with because you're celebrating something with close friends this week. So the Three of Water, or Three of Cups, is a coming together of friends, close girlfriends, and that means you have something important to celebrate this week. The three is our creativity, so there could be some creative project that you've been working on. Somebody could be celebrating a pregnancy or an engagement, but it's a really beautiful energy. So enjoy celebrating. And if you think you have nothing to celebrate, make the effort this week to connect with some friends and celebrate yourselves. Up next, we have Virgo. Ooh. Well, I guess Virgos are definitely being blessed with that Venus and the nodes connections, because this is our first major arcana card this week, and it is the Lovers. So there are fated relationship events coming for you. And if you're not interested in love, the other thing that we can see with the Lovers card is that you have an important choice or decision to make. However, I think there's some very important romance opportunities, and this is a soulmate relationship. When you have the Lovers card, it's not just something casual. This is something really serious, something fated, something that you two agreed to, and you're coming together this week. So be open to the possibilities. The number 6 has to do with love and joy and happiness. So this is something that you're really excited about. I can't wait to hear about this in the comments. Up next, we have Libra. So another major arcana card. And in this deck, it is called Release, which is traditionally the death card. And what that means, Libra, is there's something important that you are ending. And because it's a major arcana card, it is a huge life transformation that is about to occur for you. And as a result of the transformation, right, you see we have the Phoenix rising, and it reduces to the number 4 when you look at the 1 and 3 together. And so there could be something major changing as far as you could be making a move, you could be making changes in your family, all things related to home and family, and anything to do with some kind of structure in your life, something about the current structure, the foundation that you've built for yourself is not sturdy, and it needs to be torn down to the ground, and you need to be building it back up again. So expect big changes this week, Libra, but know that when you let something die, something new can come in to replace it. So don't try to hang on to something that is not meant for you. Up next, we have Scorpio. And we are back to our Swords energy. So when we see the 2 of air, also the 2 of swords, there is something going on in your life that has you at a bit of a crossroads. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but when you stay stuck at the crossroads and you don't make up your mind, then you get to be in analysis paralysis, and the only thing that guarantees for you is that you're going to remain stuck. With the South Node moving through your sign, there's no opportunity for you to stay stuck. You have to let something go in order to choose this new path. And truly, it doesn't matter if you go left or you go right here. What matters most is that you stand in your power and you make up your mind and you move forward. But staying stuck is not what is going to help you at all. The 2 is about working maybe in partnership with someone, getting some good advice about making this decision. It's about restoring balance, but staying stuck in your head is definitely not going to serve you well this week. So early on, make up your mind and move forward. Up next, we have Sagittarius. You know, I really cannot make this stuff up. Now we have the Page of Swords. So when we have that energy, Sagittarius, there is a big new opportunity being presented to you by somebody else. So the Page energy is the youngest member of the court. So again, the 1 energy brings in new beginning. But this new information comes in from somebody else. That could be a young or youthful person. And sometimes the message can be delivered a bit sharply, but don't worry about the delivery of the message or who gives it to you. But pay close attention to what's being shared, because you need to take action on what's being presented to you at this time. Next, we have Capricorn. All right. So, Capricorns, when we have the 7 of Swords, it's important that you really pay attention to what's going on this week. Someone around you could be trying to deceive you, and you could just be trying to deceive yourself. The 7 energy requires you to have some time for introspection, to listen to your instincts, to pay attention to your gut, because something isn't quite right and you might need a little break from the rest of the world in order to understand what that is and make some changes as a result of what you uncover. So just be careful this week. I wouldn't make any major financial decisions unless you're really digging in deep. And same thing with relationships, right? You want to make sure with that Venus energy in the opposite sign for you that money and romance, they're challenging you for a reason. So you need to sit with it. And again, I wouldn't give any money to a romantic partner during this time for sure. Up next, we have Aquarius. I think this is our first Earth energy, which is the Pentacles, which is about money. When you have the 6 of Earth, this is about finances being rebalanced in your life. So if you are doing well financially, it may be time for you to be giving more to others, and vice versa. If you've been without financial support for a while, there can be a new financial opportunity coming your way. So it is, again, the 6 energy, which is good, feel good energy that makes you happy. So my guess is most of you are looking at a good, wonderful financial opportunity coming your way. Now with that Pluto at 0 degrees and recently gone retrograde since the first of the week, This could be a payoff or a payout from some work that you were doing back in March, which was when Pluto first entered your sign. But rest assured, there's lots of work to come ahead. So enjoy this moment and share with others. Last but not least, we have our Pisces friends. Ace of Fire, which is also Ace of Wands, and it has the energy of the One for a new beginning that you're truly passionate about. This is something that is presented to you. All of the Ace cards are like the hand of God coming down through the clouds and presenting you with an opportunity. A lot of time, Wands is work related. It can be romantic and passionate as well. It can be work that you're very passionate about and excited to have this new beginning. So that's a great energy to finish off our card readings for the week. I really look forward to hearing how this week goes for each of you. So again, just a reminder, you should be watching this for your sun, your moon, your rising. So if you skipped through and only watched for one, go and watch the other two as well, because they give you a full picture of what is about to transpire for you this week. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing this. Thanks for liking. Thanks for commenting. And I hope to see some of you at the Sip and Stars on Saturday night at 5:30 with your glass of wine or sparkling water, whatever you enjoy, as we raise a glass to each other and celebrate new beginnings. Have a great week, and I will talk with you next week. Take care, everybody.